DJ Shahinda. I used to be a former member of Drunken Tigers. Nice to meet you guys. Bear with us for a couple of questions, I guess, right? Cool. There was a 37th annual Korean festival in Maryland, right? And Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C., they're very close to each other. There's a big community in Virginia and a big Korean community in Virginia and in Maryland, but it's still separated, right? And this time around, they invited me to do a couple of songs, and they blessed me with the stage, and so I took this opportunity to perform a couple of my old songs and a couple of old DT tracks that I was involved with, and it was a great vibe. It was my first time actually performing in Maryland, and it was just it's one of those things where I try to look at this opportunity to build for our Korean community. Yeah. And after we did the Maryland show, I had a little thing in Virginia also. So we got to do that. That was a lot of fun. And everything's kind of close to the East Coast, so I have family in the New Jersey, New York area. So I also did a couple of things in New York and in New Jersey. I have a couple of projects that I'm working on in Korea right now. So I think when you'll hear about it more later when we get into the interview. But I'm definitely going to be doing a big North America, Canada, Southeast Asia tour in the future. In 2006, I was supposed to drop my solo album. Due to difficulties with my old label, I was basically locked in my contract for close to 3.5 years, and the only way I got out of it was because I did this project with Warner Music, and they had a song called Right Round that was a #1 hit with Flow Rider, and they gave me a choice. They said, if you do this, we'll let you go out of your contract. And yeah, so I was at that point where I was very frustrated, lost a lot of passion in the music. I took that opportunity to say, listen, if I do this, I want out of my contract. And even then, it was difficult because I told them I didn't want to do it because it just wasn't right. I mean, I still have my fan base, and it just kind of seemed odd that I had to do someone else's song, by not being involved in the music scene for so long. So yeah, there was a lot of frustration involved, but the bottom line is I made that decision to the best for me. So it was a great way to get out of my contract and just kind of learn from my experience. You know what? There's so many great artists out there, and I'm so blessed that a lot of them actually approach me to collaborate. And I guess it's just one of those things where, I'm not worthy at times because, and I'm not trying to be humble or anything. It's just I've been out of the game for so long, and it's one of those things where I'm gathering my emotions and I'm gathering, the feel back and the flavor back. So I have a couple of things in my mind right now, but to me, the most important thing first is to get the right sound and right song that I want. To show the people what DJ Shine is really about. And if you listen to a lot of the DT songs, I think you'll understand that my style of music is a very East Coast, kind of aggressive style. And I think it's changed a lot after I left. We had my style and we had his style that were together, but now obviously the new Drunken Tiger stuff is all his style now. But for me, I was a little more on the aggressive style with the beats. My style of music that I grew up on, that I liked. I always added that flavor into our stuff. But now that I'm working on my solo stuff, I guess it's more what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that my new stuff and the stuff that I haven't released yet, I think people will get a little more sense of what DJ Shen was about. The whole thing was I wasn't supposed to come back to Korea when I finished up my Drunken Tiger career. I had an opportunity to run a restaurant, and basically my good friend of mine, he brought me into the picture. He said, "Listen, man, I can use you, and if I can help you out, let's do this." And I said, I was very grateful, I had to, like I said, I had to put food on the plate. You know what I mean? So a lot of people they don't understand that. And I guess anybody who's trying to make $1 out of 15 cents or whatever, you know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. So that's how it all started. And whatever I do, whether it's working on my music, whether it's trying to be loyal to my friends, whether it's trying to, take care of my family, whatever I do, I try to always go 150% into that. And obviously, when I was only involved with music, that was like where my energy went to. It was into my music. But now that I had to take care of business, I couldn't go half this and half that. And I don't think I had the skills to juggle both of that at that time. I'm a very happy camper, I guess, right? You go through life, learning all your experiences. You meet a lot of people along the way. I'm not gonna lie, I was born into this kind of hip hop thing. New York in general, even if you're not hip hop, you're hip hop. That's just the way it is. And especially in the hip hop, there's obviously goods and bads about this. But I was definitely not one of those angels out there. I had my fun, and I did what I did, and it might have been because I was immature or whatnot, or maybe because I didn't meet the right one, but I strongly believe that I met that one now, and she's made me a stronger person. She's actually helped me get back a lot of my passion into the music, and it's just very exciting that I could share that with somebody. We don't have a specific date for some reason. It seems like we've been engaged forever. Obviously I started in the group Drunken Tiger, and a lot of people they know me as a Drunken Tiger member. But I did quit the group at the fifth album. I hardly did any songs in the fifth album. Like I said, I had to do it. Sometimes people mistaken me for still thinking that I am Drunken Tiger, and I'm still performing to this day. That's not me, all right? It's not me. Second, it's one of those things, I guess. It's like I was at that point where I really didn't want to be involved at all. I didn't want to have that Drunken Tiger name follow me around anymore. I have my reasons, obviously. I believe it'll come out more and more as it progresses. But I come to realize also that, I can't deter that away, That's something that's obviously going to be with me for the rest of my life. So I come to realize, like, at that time, even though I didn't want anything to do with Drunk Tiger, I can't hide the fact that that's going to probably stick with me for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's a good thing, I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I've come to accept it. And one of the biggest and hardest things was just trying to be quiet about it, I guess, because I didn't want to create controversy and havoc, But I'm old now, and I'm sick and tired of having to defend my honor or defend myself. You know what I mean? And it's just very frustrating because my old partner and I, we're not on good terms. We're not on bad terms. He does what he does and I do what I do. Obviously, like I said, even though I'm not a Drunken Tiger member anymore, it's something that's gonna stick with me forever, and that's something that's beyond my powers. So, I just want the people to know that, I think as it progresses, they will find out more and more reasons why and what happened. I just try to stay quiet because I didn't want to really, like I said, I didn't really want to try to make people take sides. I didn't really want to try to just try to make myself look better than what it was on the outside scene, But it's one of those things where, we did have a strong relationship, friendship-wise, and that's gone, So it's very difficult to really explain what exact, exact events that happened. But I guess it's one of those things also where, my father taught me to be a man, and it's not about taking the easy way out, It's a lot about sacrificing, certain things in your life to make, I guess, things better for other people sometimes. So I guess maybe I took that to heart, but I'm definitely human and I break. You know what I'm saying? And it's just at that level right now where I'm not a Drunken Tiger member anymore. But yes, I was the former original Drunken Tiger member. I did I did 5 albums with the group. I'm very proud of what I did with the group. I'm very proud of what I put into the picture, and I'm not gonna accept any less from that. But good luck to their camp and what they do, and I'm gonna do what I do. So I just wanted to clarify that, and I hope you guys can respect that.
Sure.
All right, cool.
And can you tell us about a day in your life? Like, what do you do as soon as you wake up to the time you go to sleep?
Man, I guess every day is a new day for me. You know what I mean? Every day is a new day for me. I was one of those guys that was definitely a much more wild person before I met my fiance. It's not that I've really toned it down, but I think that the most important thing right now, which has always been very important to me, is to take care of my fiance, to take care of my family, and just make that work. And just one of the biggest rules that I try to follow is just try to live an honest life. Try not to harm others. And just try to live as best as you can. You know what I'm saying? So I guess those are the 3 things that I really try to do, and that's what I focus on.